Stationery Department, Social Justice and Empowerment Departments, Government of Assam. May I invite on stage Sri Vijay Bhaskar Reddy, MD of ASIDC. May I invite on stage Sri Uday Praveen, MD, AIIDC. I request Sri Vijay Bhaskar Reddy sir to kindly take the honor of felicitating Honorable Minister Sri Pijus Hazarika. Today's session, the startup ecosystem, will focus on the various aspects of startups, innovation, and growth through discussions with our key stakeholders. Esteemed speakers and experts, including representatives from the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, will address the opportunities and challenges to foster growth in this domain. This session aims to provide actionable insights for Assam's entrepreneurial ecosystem. Before we head on, we take the opportunity of conducting the ceremonial exchange of the respective MOU signed in the light of Assam's growth and development, Advantage Assam 2.0. And to felicitate the honor of exchange, may I invite our Honorable Minister, Sri Pijus Hazarika, Ministry of Water Resources, Information Public Relations, Printing and Empowerment Departments, Government of Assam. May I also request Sri Vijay Bhaskar Reddy, the MD of ASIDC, and Sri Dr. Uday Praveen, MD of AIIDC, to assist in the honor of exchange the respective MOUs. May I invite on stage from the segment of Ecosystem Enabler, KIT TBI, headed by the CEO, Dr. Mrityunjay Suar. I will also request Bhubaneswar City Knowledge Innovation Cluster, BCKIC Foundation, headed by the Chairman, Dr. Mrityunjay Suar, to come forward and exchange the MOU with our respective dignitaries. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a big round of applause as we initiate the significant exchange of the MOU. Dr. Mrityunjay Suar has also been represented the Bhubaneswar City Knowledge Innovation Cluster, BCKIC Foundation, to initiate the exchange of MOU. May I invite on stage from the segment of Startup Enabler, Tele, headed by DGM, Vivek Sovasatia. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome on stage the DGM of Tele, Mr. Vivek Sovasatia, from the segment of Startup Enabler. Thank you very much. May I invite on stage from the segment of academic partner, Dorong College, headed by the Assistant Professor, Dr. Bonali. We welcome on stage the Assistant Professor of Dorong College, Dr. Bonali, to initiate the exchange of MOU with our respected dignitaries. you very much. May I invite on stage from the sector of Ecosystem Enabler, InnoScale Global Foundation, headed by the CEO, Mr. Kopili. Thank you very much. May I invite on stage Thank you very much. May I invite on stage from the segment of Ecosystem Enabler, Bionest IIT Guwahati, represented by the CEO, Dr. Swapnil Sinha. Thank you very much. May I invite on stage from the sector of banking partners, HDFC Bank, headed by the area head, Ms. Pranjal Horma. Mr. Premji War, it has represented HDFC Bank from the segment banking partners. Thank you very much. From the sector of banking partners, we invite on stage IDFC First Bank, headed by the head startup banking, Mr. Naman Mehrora. Thank you very much. From the sector of venture capital, may I invite on stage the analyst of IFCI Venture Fund, Mr. Tarun Verma. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome on stage from the sector of venture capital, IFCI Venture Fund, headed by the analyst, Mr. Tarun Verma. Thank you very much. May we invite on stage from the sector of venture capital, Co-Create Venture, headed by the partner, Mr. Nava Baru. Thank you very much. May I invite on stage from the Sector of Ecosystem Enabler TIC IIT Guwahati, headed by the Assistant Professor Eur Soratia. Thank you very much. The remaining respected representatives who were supposed to be present at the ceremonial exchange of the MOUs are unfortunately absent. However, I would like to take the opportunity of thanking each one of them. I would like to thank our dignitaries and request them to kindly take their seats. I would like to thank Debraj Roy College, headed by Dr. Begum Umi Jamil. I would like to thank Guwahati Biotech Park, headed by Dr. Bula Chaudhary. I convey my thanks Haji Anwar Ali College, Dr. Sahabuddin, Rezorpe, Apurv Singh, Girjananda Chaudhary University, Dhruv Jyoti Horma, GNDG Commerce College, Aranya Gayon, and Center for Development of Advanced Computing, CDAC, Mr. Jitesh Chaudhary. Thank you very much for being a part of Advantage Assam 2.0. And now I would like to hand over the mic to Srimati Ipta Hazarika to take over the session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrugashri. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have with us Shri PVSL Murthy, CMD NEDFI, Ms. Shraddha Sharma, CEO, Your Story, who is also the moderator of the session, our esteemed panelists, Shri SP Singh, CGM SIDBI, Shri PVSN Murthy, CMD NEDFI, also a panelist, Shri Ranjan Bajaj, Executive Director, Northeast Small Finance Bank and founder, Slice, Shri Hiron Mohan, CEO, iHub Gujarat, Shri Pallav Bagaria, Director, Sapien FinServe Private Limited, Shri Anjan Pato, co-founder of Vantage Circle. I'd request all of you to kindly come forward and take your seats on the dais, please.
We have placed PS from Startup Hub. We have and Professor.
Can we have all the panelists on stage, please?
कौन क्या है
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf behalf of the Government of Assam, I would like to extend a warm welcome to you all to the formalization of MSC's Power of Synergy of Startups, FinTech and Alternate Financial Sources session, organized as part of Advantage at Home 2.0 Investment and Infrastructure Summit 2025. Today's discussions will shed light on new opportunities, policies, funding mechanisms, and collaborative pathways to help startups thrive and contribute to a Viksit Assam for a Viksit Bharat. We would now like to facilitate Shri Piju Hajurika, Honorable Minister, Information, Public Water Resources and Social Justice, Government of Assam. I would request Dr. P. Uday Praveen, MD, AIIDC, Government of Assam, to the honors, please. Thank you, sir. Now, on behalf of the organizers, we would like to felicitate other esteemed guests on the dais. Thank you so much. I would now request Dr. P. Uday Praveen, MD, AIIDC, Government of Assam, to kindly deliver the welcome address.
Good morning, everyone. Honorable Minister Shri P. Hajurika Dev, esteemed dignitaries, dear startups, innovators, it is my pleasure and honor to welcome you all to today's session on the startup ecosystem, power of synergy of startups, tech and alternate financial sources. Today, as part of Advantages, we are not just talking about startups, we are celebrating Assam's emergence as a dynamic hub for innovation and entrepreneurship. Since its inception in 2018, Assam Startup Dinesh has successfully incubated more than 450 startups, providing them with mentorship, investor connections, market linkages, and cutting-edge facilities, all at no cost. With a sixth cohort of 204 new startups, our focus remains steadfast on expanding opportunities, ensuring seamless access to financial resources, and strengthening institutional support. However, despite the momentum, startups in the Northeast face unique challenges that hinder their growth. Limited access to funding, inadequate infrastructure, logistical difficulties, and a lack of exposure to larger markets barriers for entrepreneurs in this region. Many startups also struggle with talent retention, as skilled professionals often migrate to metropolitan cities for better opportunities. Addressing these issues requires a collaborative approach, one that involves policymakers, investors, industry leaders, and entrepreneurs working together to create a more inclusive and supportive startup ecosystem. We recognize that financial support is crucial for startups to innovate, scale, and remain competitive. To bridge funding gaps, we are taking strategic measures, including the creation of a new department for startups to unlock better financial opportunities, attract diverse investors, and strengthen the support system. By expanding access to alternative sources, we aim to build a resilient and thriving startup ecosystem. However, beyond funding and infrastructure, the true strength of startup ecosystem lies in synergy. The collaboration between startups, investors, financial enablers, and policymakers. Today's session serves as a vital platform to foster these connections, drive sustainable economic growth, and elevate Assam startups to the global stage. I urge all of you to actively engage, exchange ideas, and seize this opportunity to share the future. Innovation is the key to addressing the pressing global challenges, and I firmly believe that some of the groundbreaking solutions will emerge from the brilliance in this room. Together, let's strengthen Assam startup ecosystem, foster innovation, and pave the way for sustainable growth and global success. I encourage all of you to attend the expo and validatory sessions also after this session and the exhibition also, where you will witness groundbreaking innovations and promising ventures shaping the future. Let's make most of this opportunity to connect, learn, and collaborate. I welcome you all to the session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request Shri Piyush Hajorika, Honorable Minister, Information, Public Relations, Water Resources and Social Justice, to kindly deliver the keynote address.
Respected Shri P.V.S.L.N. Murthy, CMD NetFi, Shri CCM, Shri Rajan Bajaj, Founder and CEO, Sapien, Shri Anjan Pathak, distinguished guests, my dear participants present in this session, on behalf of people of Assam, to you all. Participation in this beautiful state for the first time. To tell it, to offer a heartiest welcome. I sincerely hope you are not only enjoying hospitality of our people, but also embracing the delicious cuisine, rich heritage, and most importantly, keeping pace with the rapid strides Assam has made in recent years. I may be easy, but that is where the Assam government steps in to make the implementation of ideas smooth, seamless, and successful. In the economic of Assam and India, under the Minister Narendra Modi ji, there has been a sustained effort to ignite the interest, promote innovation, and level, ease of doing businesses and ease of living. India to touch USD 1 trillion in 12 years to reach 2 trillion, but just 5 years to break through the 3 trillion mark. Today, India is heading 1 trillion every 8 months. What I said, it took 58 years to reach, but now we are taking only 18 months to reach 1 trillion. Our GDP is projected to cross staggering $30 billion. India is currently the fastest growing major economy in the world, with an average growth rate of 6 to with manageable limits. We have crossed now India's fifth economy. Many big economies. We are going, but it's not that we are not overtaking other countries. We have overtaken France, we have overtaken UK, and we are going to overtake who is responsible for this growth? India had now we have 116, I believe 116 unicorn. You all know who is unicorn, who has $1 billion unicorn, and now India has 116 unicorn. We all know what does he do? He goes for delivery himself, right? Why is going on in Zomato? You know Ola, you all know Ola, right? Who is the CEO of Ola? Varghese Agarwal. He will only Ola can. Why? Because he should know what is, and that is the spirit we the new if I am not wrong. So that is, so we don't have hectocorn, right? Hectocorn we don't have. Hectocorn means $100 billion, right? We don't have. But probably one day we'll reach that goal also under the leadership of Narendra Modi and our strong government. So all also we have that is incubation, innovation, and startups. Strong leadership of our Honorable Speaker. Budget 100 and you all know what has come to Assam of semiconductor. Narendra Modi ji has given. Who can do the work within a short span period of time. Our chief minister always says, we don't have much to give, but what we can give is of business. We can provide strong step for restructuring. We don't have big market. We don't have big market. We don't have a lot of facilities. Come to Assam because infrastructure we are doing a lot of investment we are investing in infrastructure. Without good infrastructure, nobody will come. Without strong leadership, nobody will come. In Assam, nobody will see what is licensed trust. What is instructed trust, nobody will see. We have given land data for a very short period of time. Assam had a history of burn culture. Has been called in last 4 years. No, that so all who are newcomers governance, that is for sure. And I am saying on behalf of Assam, you please do. From Assam also, we want good startups like Dipender Goel, like Paytm, like Varghese Agarwal. From Assam also, we want will do for you. Please, basically, Assam has a problem. What problem Assam has? Basically, we are job seekers. We are not job providers. Our Assam has a big problem. Whoever that is the spirit, that should be the spirit, and this advantage in advantage. A lot of big leaders, industry leaders, has come to Assam and announce for big investment. Somebody has come He has said 50,000 crores investment he will do. Gautam Adani from Adani Group has come. Invest 50,000 crores. Lot of big industrialists has come. But what we will do from our government, we'll give good governance. We'll do strong governance. Strong steps will be taken. Whoever comes to establish an industry in Assam. For forget about society. We may be good businessmen, but we shouldn't forget society. That is my request. That is my humble request. You please do all. And will provide red carpet to you all. With this word, I have concluded my speech. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Your words provide us with renewed motivation and focus as we dive deeper into today's discussions. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's hear from someone who has successfully navigated the startup journey. I invite the co-founder of Anti-Circle to share his experiences. First, Sri Anjan Pathak, I request Sri Omkar Rath, COO Assam Startup, to kindly do the honors, please. Thank you. On to you, sir.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. Honorable Minister, Mr. P.C. Sajari, and everyone in the dais, also everyone present here. And I am the co-founder and CEO, and I am going to talk about a topic today. I'm very lucky to talk about a topic discussion here. How we built a global SaaS company from Guwahati without VC funding. So I've been working for about 10 years now, and journey. I am very much local here. I was born in Rongia, which is about 50 kilometers from here, and studied in local school. I went to Guwahati and studied in Cotton College, which probably a lot of people does from this part of the region. I met my co-founder, which is Partha Neog, in Cotton College. And so we know each other, my co-founder and I. We've been friends for about 35 plus years now. Then I went to Pune. I worked there for about 2 years, and then I went to London. I worked in London for about 14 years. And then I came back. I found my home again, like I came back to Guwahati. And that was just a random reason, by the way. My parents were getting old, and I wanted to come back and start something here. And then I started with my co-founder, Anti-Circle. Yeah, so this is a little bit of a short story from 2010 when we started to 2015. We started our office in 2014, and we were about 20 employees. It started with me, just me, and we had this idea. In those days, deals and discounts, that was very popular. So we went to the B2B space, and we started with a product called Vantage Parks, which is nothing but giving discounts to employees. So we found this niche, and very quickly we found some really good customers as well. So as you can see, some of the biggest of the IT companies, they were our customers, early customers. But our revenue was very small. So what we ended up being is a Vantage Circle in now, which is about 10 years from then. We are now about 300 employees. We started just with a few very small departments in Guwahati, like QA, design. We started also with the tech, because I am from the tech background. All my life, I've spent about 25 plus years in building enterprise applications. So I had this background of building web applications. So yeah, in 10 years' time now, we are about we have about 4 products now, and all these products, what we do essentially is we between us, which means we sell to corporates. Our essential business proposition is that we make corporate employees happy. Okay, that's our business proposition. So we primary, our target audience is HR, and we have these 4 products, and these are different products. Is about rewards and recognition, and that is our primary product. And then we have and we have also a wonderful product called Benefit, which is nothing but corporate wellness. 65 crores of revenue, and pretty much all the IT companies of India and few other big corporates are our customers. Half of the revenue is also coming from US, actually. So that's the thing. What it worked for us, okay? And I think why I'm saying this is because it could be a playbook for anyone else who is trying to start from a small town like Guwahati, and they want to go global, okay? So it's a global company. We have got now employees in US. Also, we have just opened our offices in UAE as well. So we are a 100% global company. In fact, we have not even a single company, corporate, from Northeast India. Okay, this is what we are doing right now. So yeah, some of the things that really
I
work.
think all of you should clap because he's your own local entrepreneur. So,
Thank you.
It's a great story.
Thank you. So yeah, so one of the things that really work for us is that found compatibility, vision compatibility. So we both had the same vision to start something from Northeast India, okay? And what we knew, what we didn't know, even before starting and Partha, we did a few things. We actually did a networking business where talk to each other. We always had this vision to do something over here. And then, of course, long-term vision, which was about, whatever we do, we will do for it for a very long time. And we are going to be here for a very long time, that is for sure. Then focus on tools and processes. So right from day one, right, I had 2 ideas. Like every employee, I wanted to give the best tool possible. And in our company, everyone gets a MacBook from day one, and a good chair. That's if you go to the offices, they are still very modest. We believe in frugality, except the laptop and the chair. I think everything's very modest. Another thing that we work really well is inbound marketing. So we believe that people from Northeast India is very much creative. So innovating and other things. So that's how we started inbound marketing. We became one of the biggest blogs in the world, which was in HR space. And all our leads, they are still inbound, okay? So that's how you can become a global company. Even people from the US are actually looking for or for your products and services. So you have to rely on inbound. In fact, someone just commented that when people were searching, initial days at least, when people are searching for Assam, Vantage Circle used to come at the first page of Google search results. And that's because of our great SEO and inbound effort. Frugal innovation, as I have said, we are very frugal from day one. We are bootstrapped, which means we do not have any funding from outside. Whatever funding we had, it's just friends and family. In fact, I was one of the biggest interests in the company.
How much is your revenue?
65 crores right now.
Yeah.
And, finally, we want to think, global but act local, which means our outlook has been always global. Even though everything happens local, we try to make sure that everyone has a global outlook. Everyone from day one, right? We focus on rest of the world as our customers. As I said, we do not have any customers here. So we have to be, even though we hire locally, everyone has to think globally. Yeah, some of the challenges we faced, and I don't think these are challenges because we think that every challenge also brings another opportunity. So limited access to VC capital, I think over the time, right, that has been a good thing because we had to be frugal, we had to innovate everything, and that has stayed in our DNA so far. Talent drain, again, we lose a lot of people because, because ultimately, right, being from a small town and frugal and not having VC money, we cannot pay that much. But then again, like, people, whoever leaves, they come and join us as a fresher and then they learn things and they of course have to go us. And people who goodwill that we get from those kind of people as well, our ex-employees mostly. A poor tech infrastructure, this has been a problem because internet is still a problem even in Guwahati. Difficult in hiring specialist talent. Yeah, we have this problem of hiring always, and then limited networking opportunities. This is also another problem. Advantages, high number of talent pool, high retention, work-life balance, great media attention. We try to be shy of saying that we are from Guwahati, but now it has become our greatest USP because the moment we say that we are from Guwahati, that becomes a talking point, right? So that's a great story now to tell. Yeah, lower operational costs. The second one is opportunity to give back and associated pride, right? So this is, culture is the most important thing, and having an alignment amongst all the employees, this is very important. So that alignment for us that we are doing something really different to whatever everyone does, right? From Guwahati, we are doing something different. So that gives us very big pride to one of us. Closing thoughts. So I believe that opportunity for entrepreneurs to enter that is because when I started here, it was all about 1996 and 2000. When I started this global hub of SaaS, but then if Chennai can do it, right, why not us, right? Why not the tier 2 cities? So I think we really need to give a lot of importance to this story. And yeah, we have been very slow in our growth, but that's what it is because we have very less ecosystem. The ecosystem is very poor. But I believe the slower the growth, the stronger the roots, and the bigger the tree. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for sharing your story. Your journey will surely inspire many budding entrepreneurs in the hall today. I now invite Ms. CEO to kind of set the context for the session.
You know, I'm going to sit here. It's all right? Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, first and foremost, I want to ask how many of you are feeling cold? I am for sure. So about that if I cough in between. How many of you are from Assam? Just raise your hand. Wow. Okay, so question is, how many of you are not from Assam here? Just raise your hand. Okay, the bench is right. So, I was thinking, I came here yesterday, and this is, I think, third, fourth time that Assam government has made sure that I'm here. And I just thought that let me quickly say one or two things. And for this, I'm not paid. So this is absolutely not. One thought that came to my mind, we are so good. As Indians, I would not say as Indians, we are so good at celebrating and appreciating what is from outside, but not actually taking that deep pride of what is good about us. And I think when I come to Assam, I feel a great, great sense of pride that this is India, this is green, this has which is actually working and get the work done quickly. So there is something actually moving and happening about Assam. And yesterday I was sitting in an hotel coffee and watching the announcements that were happening, right? And when I heard Mr. announcing 50,000 crores, actually that goddess here in Assam gave me a good sense of pride that changing India, and Assam is no more northeast. Assam is as mainstream, and Assam is as part of India mainstream conversation as possible. Like, Minister, sitting next to me, seeing you and meeting you for the first time, and I was just telling him that he should be a startup entrepreneur himself. Young ministers is also a big change, and I think we get into the conversation. My request, and I come, anyone says I'm from here and I'm from there, I say I'm from Bihar. So growing up, there were a lot of challenges, there were a lot of disadvantages. But today I'm part of an India which is a very, very new and different India. My request with this advantage, Assam, is that all of you in this room, when you go back, look at how you're going to be part of the changing story. Because to see what is lacking is our natural DNA. What is changing, what to feel pride and good about, please think about that, because that requires muscle, brain muscle to be. This. One last thing, Uday is here, thank you, and to Ravi Kota sir and to the Honorable Chief Minister. I'm actually working on launching the Assam story. We will be telling the stories of everyone possible in Assam. So if you guys have stories, if you want to promote yourself, if you want to shout out or need any sort of support, then this is a platform that we have launched. So I would look forward to meeting all of you, and we'll make that happen together. This, on the stage today with me are some very, very fantastic people. And I'm going to start with an entrepreneur who actually, he's the unicorn. You are unicorn or more than unicorn. Unicorn. And from Spice, a company in India, that a fintech in India that we all have to be super proud of. Done it in the right way, scaled it in the right way. But today, he's doing such a phenomenal for India, and there is a Northeast and there is an Assam in his story. Rajan, why don't you tell us about Slice and your partnership here in Assam?
Thank you, Shraddha, for having us here, first of all, and Uday and Ravi and Chief Minister. So our story starts from me belonging to Rajasthan, growing up there, studying in Bengal, going to Bangalore college to work in Flipkart. Leaving Flipkart just after a year's time to start what eventually became Slice. Started as an NBFC, became one of the largest card issuers in the country, bigger than some of the largest banks in the country, in 2 to 3 years' time. Just on the back of building something for consumers that no one had done before, improving the onboarding rates, improving the rewards that they were getting from their cards. And India had never seen that before. It had happened in US, it had happened in China, it had happened in Europe, it had happened in even countries like Brazil, where there's a large bank called New Bank, but it had never happened in India before. When we did that, we also realized that one of the challenges that fintechs working on Bangalore face, who don't go up that often, is they miss out on this thousands of years of learning that we have gone through in financial services because of regulations exist, which is also building for consumers. So if you miss out on the regulations, you don't end up building for consumers in the right way. We learned our lesson. We found the bank in Northeast as a very, very strong partner for us. And we decided that we want to merge with the bank and start a pan-India bank from Guwahati, based out of Assam, which will become the most loved bank of this nation in the next 5 to 6 years. And to us, that was a very difficult decision. As a startup has become a unicorn, raised hundreds of millions of dollars, putting all your life's work into Assam 10 years back, 12 years back, seemed like and even this time, people are asking us, why are you choosing Assam? But one of the key highlights was the government, because we saw it from very early on. The kind of help that we got, the kind of access we got, we didn't expect that. Especially coming from a background like I have, middle class family, father, this fear of authority. We had this huge issue last year where we merged in Assam. The regulations were such that we had to end up paying 400 crore of stamp duty. We went to the government, pleaded our case, requested that this is a very genuine case, like most of the other states don't have a certain cap. And they understood that very well, that losing this 400 crore if they change the stamp duty law, they'll actually be earning some income if we merge into this state. So what the state did was, people could not have imagined. In its past, 7.5 crore, which is lowest in the state. That is not just allowed and this bank of global standards from Assam. That has now allowed other companies in their boardrooms who are thinking about same kind of mergers, same kind of discussions that we were having 2 years back, to consider Assam as one of the states where they should go and merge and they should start companies. So with that, I'll give it over to you. Obviously, I go on and on, but would love to hear from other panelists about their experience with the government.
You should go on and on and on. But Rajan, one thing I have to say, and on behalf of a lot of us, because most of us in this room are middle class India, and what is changing and what we take pride is in you as India, right? Because the country is changing because of people like you. We all of us, and somewhere we have to celebrate, and that's my whole thing. That what you've done is fantastic. And a big thing for the whole fintech I wanted to ask you is that the ordinance which Assam government made possible change the ordinance for every fintech player in the country now?
Not just for fintech player, any company.
That's huge. That is huge, and congratulations to the government for doing that. Yeah. Sir, SP Singh sir. SIDBI is in the forefront. I would say it is the financial backbone to the innovation, entrepreneurship, MSME ho, startup ho that we see in the country. I want to ask you, and especially now that we are in Assam, that Assam ke liye or Northeast ke liye kya hai agenda mein?
Definitely. Northeast in fact is on the top priority of SIDBI. You see the startup in India, how it started in 2016 when Honorable Prime Minister gave the vision of national program on startup, and with that 10,000 crore was dedicated to India, and got opportunity to manage that 10,000 crore. This 10,000 crore has leveraged 91,000 crore in the country. Of course, the startup world is something, so of course around 35% of capital is going to Bangalore, 25% of the capital is going to Maharashtra and region. 35% is flowing to DSA. So there around 80 to 85% capital is being attracted by these people, these centers, which took early lead in the startup journey, right? So the remaining 15-20% capital is flowing to the rest of the country. So what we brought under that is that we started giving startups which are coming out of tier 4 cities. We started promoting the other cities which are coming up in other parts of the country. Under that, in fact, we have 200 of has contributed, and that fund is already here in Assam. We have supported till now approximately around with around 100 crore investment. Now the next phase which we are going to take, we are going to collaborate IIT Guwahati. In fact, we have brought a scheme where we are trying to work with the leading in because unless otherwise, you see the startup ecosystem, the most important factor is that there should be a initial mentor pool along with seed capital, because these are the basics without entrepreneurship cannot move. Because when you are in your idea stage, that point in time you need grant. From that, if you are coming out, there should be some mechanism which has been established right now. Northeast is on the top priority. 10,000 crore fresh fund has been again announced by Government of India. And you see, in recent past, in past 1 year, I am telling you, 1 lakh crore Government of India has dedicated as R&D fund now, excellence center to be established in various parts of the country. And I hope any reason is on the top priority of the Government of India. The 10,000 crore fund which is coming, that major portion of that is a seed fund for this new enterprise. The state fund has already been dedicated 1,000 crore. What I want to make is the young minds who are sitting there, that campuses having viable and good ideas. I think capital is not a problem right now. Capital is not going to come as a problem to you. We have our own branch network. So starting from seed capital to growth capital to regular debt, facilities being extended in the state of Assam. Our office is, anyone of you who is having that kind of attach can definitely, and we are happy to serve you. Thank you.
Sir, I have one practical question. How will they do that?
Yes, you see that there are two things. One, growth capital which is being supported under fund of funds. This is basically mother-daughter concept. Yeah, we are working as a mother fund, and crore is being extended to AIFs. So there are around 155 AIFs to whom we have supported by way of corpus support to them. All these are on our website. You can. The second important thing is any startup, SIDBI Venture Capital Limited, our office is here located. One full-time person is sitting here. Any one of you can walk into our office, discuss your ideas. You can share your ideas. There would be guidance, and definitely the best possible support in terms of your hand-holding, guidance, and capital investment would be taken forward. The third important is that those who are having that kind of which is to meet your to postpone your next round of funding or meet the special orders, you can again approach my local office that is being directly handled from Delhi. I'm responsible for that. That will be taken care of. And if you want to regular debt, if you are having all your balance sheet well in order, our branch is located here. So I'm on the website. You can write mail. Positively, you will get a response. Whether it is hand holding, whether it is capital investment by way of equity or debt, all supports are available.
Thank you so much, sir. You come to a state which has all the abundances. So tell us about iHub and how are you looking at engaging with Northeast and Assam?
Thank you. Pehle to I thank Honorable Minister Vijay Udayji for getting us here. We on behalf of Government of Gujarat have done fairly good experiments, and we behave like, our government behave like a startup itself. I always say, rather than we being a stakeholder in the India startup story, we are probably one of the largest misstakeholder in the startup story, because we have done a lot of experiments, we have failed a lot of times in policies. But in last 15 years, we have learned a great deal of thing, what exactly the startups need. And we realize that they won't need much thing except these 3 M's: little bit of money, a decent bit of mentorship, and a good market access supports. If we can do these 3 integrations, I think most of the startups can do well anywhere they are located at. And one important thing Gujarat government did, and probably as an outcome of that, We have been ranked number one in the startup ranking by DPIIT in the last 4 consecutive years. That should not be only agenda of one ministry and one department, rather it should be a broader primary agenda of the government. So probably we are one of those states, or rather only one state, where 5 different departments have startup policies. We decided very clearly which department to bring in what to the startups. Suppose Department of Science and Technology is there, they have to do something in deep tech. Department of Industry is there, they have to do something in manufacturing and also the asset-heavy business models. Department of Education has to make sure that all our universities are equipped with good incubators. By now, 5 of our departments have startup policies. Each of them have and one thing that we learned in this process is we have spent around 1,000 crores of public taxpayer money last 15 years in the state. 70% of those money has gone for startups. And we do 2 very important things. If a startup approach to any of our incubator in the state, in 5 days, we give him a reason saying that why you don't get the money by giving an explanation, what you lack, what you need to do, or in 45 days, the money is in the startup's account. So we make sure that it is not the financial support per se, but the financial support that is something important. I think one, you give it to the startups at right stage, because they cannot wait for 6 months, 1 year, waiting for the little bit of money, right? And one very important thing that we learned, and this is how the government decided that government can give 100 crores in giving grants. Government is the biggest buyer from the startups. We decided to change in accordance with GFR, Government of India's financial rule, how can government be the biggest buyer from the startups? So we modified our procurement guidelines, and we decided that any startups of Gujarat, in Gujarat, by Gujarat, if you want to experiment with any of our government entities, the first 15 lakhs of pilot, you don't need to go to L1. You just walk into any government departments, show your DPIIT numbers, show some credentials, and that departmental office can take a call how to give him a pilot work order. And one thing that we did really well, this process of engaging in government departments actually made our bureaucrats more entrepreneurial, because they understand how to guide the startup, they understand how to make policies. And this process has helped us to evolve as a startup state per se. By now, around 11,000 startup has been registered so far as numbers are concerned. But one good thing that we did in last 4-5 years, after the first 5 years of implementation of policy, we realized that most of the जितने भी startups हैं, सब लोग इस पे डरते हैं कि कहीं failure of idea or failure of business ना जुड़ जाए. So we decided as a government policy, how can you differentiate failure of a founder and failure of an enterprise? So it may be surprising for you, but what we did in our guideline, that if a founder has tried and done something and his venture has not taken off, and if he comes again for grants or again we give priority funding to those who show just experience of failing in an enterprise. And this experimentation very often founder you credit in the system. Of course, my banking friends might disagree a little bit. How can you let these guys going defaulter in that sense? But then we realize that most, I mean, you will also agree, most of the unicorns, most of the successful either right? And we will not subsidize that cost of first attempt. There is no point of reaching at second and third attempt. So, Honorable Chief Minister decided that we as a state should take that burden. We might have burnt a decent bit of money, but then our finance minister was saying that okay, even if you got 30% success rate, at least we as a state will have experience of how we build this ecosystem. And what I offer the minister and all the any learning that we have, we'll be happy to offer to government of Assam. हम लोगों ने काफी सारे हाथ जलाए हैं सर. I mean, a lot of notices come from CAGs, a lot of notices come from audit departments. How come you guys are managing this kind of things? But we realize that asking youth to take risks in the system, not taking risks as policy makers to in Noxel, हमने 3 चीज करी. I can summarize in 3 P's and 3 I's. Not like an ad hoc need-based interventions. So departments को हमने कहा कि you make policies not by but your department can do for your startups. Second thing is we created platforms. Once you create policies, a lot of founders will do good works. They need platform to showcase. They need बहुत सारे platforms बनाया. So for example, any startups in Gujarat go into expo, we write there. We make sure that we go global expos. We make sure that we go to national and is the buying side, the market creation side. इस साल हमने डिसाइड किया कि भले ही हम 200 करोड़ का ग्रांट देंगे, लेकिन कम से कम 2000 करोड़ का मार्केट करके देंगे स्टार्टअप्स को स्टेट में, so that their product will state. So these are the three that we did, and now what process we realize that to take the mission forward, we need also institutions. We need incentives and also need infrastructures. So last 5 years we took a very bold call. We have 109 universities in the state. Education Minister decided that in next 5 years, all 109 universities should have a well-functioning incubator in that place. That we achieved recently in last 5 years. And then Department of Industries came in place and they realized that at least 30% of those incubators are equipped with good acceleration program. Because Honorable Pradhan Mantri ji ने जब Startup India launch किया था, उन्होंने Stand Up India भी बोला था. Starting up is important and scaling up is also important. तो हम लोग ने अभी 2 चालू किए हैं. How can we make sure that 1% of our graduate of the states, हमारे पास 15 लाख बच्चे 109 यूनिवर्सिटीज में पढ़ते हैं. गवर्नमेंट का एक 1% of our graduates of these universities must be innovator once in their life. और ये हम लोग लेके चल रहे हैं. We might have spent decent amount of money. Out of public money that we spent in last 15 years, around 500 crore of money has gone as grants. Money, around 500 crore has gone into equity money. But honestly speaking, more than the money, the government's ownership to make startup as a ministry agenda has paid well. And anything that we could do for Northeast through Assam, we'll be happy to offer.
I have a question for you, Hiranmay. अगर मैं असम में स्टार्टअप हूँ और मुझे गुजरात से ग्रांट चाहिए तो मुझे क्या करना होगा?
So, grants are not limited to Gujarat domicile. So, for example, if you go to any other state, the state innovation hub starts with the acronym of the state. Telangana for T Hub, Odisha for O Hub, which stands for I. I is for innovation. We are not restricted to only Gujarat geography per se. So, any startup, if either you want to leverage our financial supports or you want to leverage some of those policies, you are welcome. Having said that, there are certain themes that we have been designed exclusively to sectors in certain region of the state, which are limited to that domain. That amount does not stop you to leverage. For example, we have India's first venture funds coming out of government of Gujarat in called Gujarat Venture Capital. कोई domain Thank you.
Okay, but before that, I'm hoping that the Assam government is anyways coming with a department and money, so we go to Honorable Minister, I will come to you, but before that, Pallav, tell us about Sapient.
Thank you, Shraddha, and thank you, Uday sir, Ravi Kota sir, for giving us this opportunity. So, as Rajan, we are also from Rajasthan, but probably on the panel who is Janmabhoomi, I'm born in Pakistan. So, recently, just heard Durham College doing a college. So startup was actually not a word when we started off in 2005, and wealth management was something which was very fancy. And coming off from UTI crisis at that point in time, asking people to invest into mutual funds was something which was not very brave. So, but we started off until now. We manage along with our sister concern Symphonia Wealth. We manage about 2,000 crores of assets under management, and we are present in 17 cities in the country. So our head office is now Pune and Guwahati. Both we work out of Pune and Guwahati, and we are the largest boutique wealth management. And this is what we do. We predominantly are only into wealth management. We advise a lot of startups on how to how to manage their risks, their treasuries. We advise them. We do a lot of mentoring. We have been investing in a lot of startups, and we have been also advising them how to manage their risks properly. See, as ministers also say that an idea is very good, but implementation of that idea is also very, I think it's more important than the idea itself. Minister actually mentioned Ola and Bhavish a couple of times. So it started off with a cab company. They have pivoted so beautifully into a auto company over the last 5-7 years. Imagine the kind of work they are doing on creating two-wheelers and now getting into four-wheelers. How they have pivoted and see, they found their niche in something else now. They are gradually moving out of the cab hailing business or cab riding business, and they're moving completely into an auto company over the next 4-5 years. That is, it shows that the idea, if it is implemented well, the idea we have to keep on filtering, keep on changing how we want to do things. See, this is, I'll also add something on startups and the challenges, Shraddha. So, see, the bigger problem for a startup, especially from the services sector, suppose there's a startup who is from the manufacturing sector and there's a startup from the services sector. Any which ways, most of the startups are from the services sector. The expense that we earn, that we make on acquiring a client, who is asset is the client actually, then expense that we do to acquire that client, we have to write that off in the first year in our balance sheets. So the profits are not there for the first few years. So getting funding for a service startup in the initial years becomes very, very tough. Compared to a manufacturing startup who acquires an asset which is depreciated over the next few years. And the asset in itself, which they acquire, gets financed. So here, the asset keeps on depreciating in a manufacturing startup, whereas the asset keeps on giving you more value over the next few years. So the financing institutions, SIDBIs of the world and all other banking institutions we have to be more flexible in how we rate and quantify a services startup. Because the balance sheet in the first few years will always look very, very bad because the main raw material is salaries and the cost of acquisition of the client. Whereas in a manufacturing startup, just because it is easily funded and the cost.
Now that we've had this discussion and we have with us Professor Dwivedi, if you could tell us quickly what is Academia doing to support and promote entrepreneurship in Northeast and in Assam.
Right. Well, thank you. So as an institute, as a public institute, we have an incubation center, and we've been receiving support from SIDBI, we've been receiving support from MoC&I, and of course working with the Industrial Development Corporation of Assam as well. So we've been doing that. Our students have been working with small and medium enterprises as well. So all of that as a public institute we've been doing. But one point which I want to bring home is which Mr. Mahanta also raised, and that's very, very pertinent. And the phrase is, back in the Silicon Valley, they ask you, how many times have you failed? Yes, we need to celebrate success. Yes, we need to honor and respect them. They are the inspiration. It's for the parents, the school teachers, at all levels of the society, where we need to encourage how many times do you fail. Unless we don't start asking this question from our young entrepreneurs, we say, come on, it's all right, go ahead, do it more. Go back, do it again. We are not learning, and if we are not learning, then we're not growing, and startup ecosystem will not flourish. So that's something which we need to change in our cultural system. Failure is a taboo, and that's need to be addressed systematically.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Welcome Dr. Dwivedi from IIM Shillong, and Shri Omkar Rath would like to flip him to barge in between.
Yeah, it's very encouraging to hear Professor talk about here. But Professor, I would also say like people like Rajan and entrepreneurs, if you get their history, I'm sure it's filled with a lot of hard scars and a lot of failures. And that's how you don't give up and then you get to it over here, right, Rajan? Yeah. So now with this,
Just suck it up and do it.
yeah,
All these problems will keep existing. And
yes,
And, sir, thank you so much for your questions. We have starts at 11. Please don't take all the questions, but you can reach out to our team. So after the session, also our team will be here. If you have any doubts, we will personally send it to those speakers. If you want to address it to specific speaker, also we will send it to them, and we will get back to you on those things. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So you all know already we have. Sorry.
No,
Next
please,
session will
please.
start in another 20 minutes, so we have to.
Another engagement.
And you all know, like I think Rajan has explained, and many of the speakers also explained about the government. So our Honorable Chief Minister always asks us, and he guides us also to stay a step ahead of other governments, and whatever the incentives that they are giving, he always asks us to match, and he asks us to go a step ahead. And what Gujarat is doing, and definitely we will convey to our government also. Piyush sir is there here in Delhi, and you all know about it. We will definitely convey our Honorable CM, and we will definitely come up with a better policy. We came up with a startup policy very recently, but yes, definitely Gujarat has a few better. Definitely try to get it incorporated. Thank you.
Very nice. First, let me congratulate Uday and team for organizing the startup ecosystem and then bring a variety of people who are successful in that space to especially Guwahati, Assam. You find that your story a little bit, our story is a little bit different. The dedicated venture capital fund for a Northeast has come first time in 2017. There was a 100 crores fund created by Government of India. Only problem is, as some of our friends have raised, there are different kind of problems for the Northeast. Because we have technology-based, innovative, IT-enabled startups are there, but 60% are based on the manufacturing and food processing industries, service areas. You will be surprised, as Rajan was suggesting, there was one startup which is E-Tash. It is a logistic company from Northeast, from Guwahati. They employed more than 1,000 people. So there are successful startups here, and definitely government of Assam and other governments have taken lot of initiatives. Minister Saab, when I was telling we are job seekers, so that scenario is getting changing. We are now job givers also. Lot of startups are coming up, and funds also, dedicated funds are also coming up. As we already told that Assam government is coming up with 200 crores along with the fee. And NRL has already established jointly by NEDFI and NRL. We have established an angel fund. And the beauty is NRL gives you grant, first ideation grant, then they will fund you for your startup. Because our Northeast we have small startups. We don't have the bigger scale. We don't need big money. We want small money and smaller scale. That is because of the population, because of the distances, because of the logistic problems, because of other problems. You cannot have that. There some companies are there whose valuation is now 100 crores Indian rupees. Okay. There are some startups, but large scale is some small scale things. So I want all the investors who have come here, please understand the landscape of the Northeast. And good thing is that governments are coming up to support Because why startup ecosystem should be developed? Why it should be? Because they need longer funds, longer gestation funds. Loans can be given to the banks, but that is not serving the purpose. So, a lot of changes are coming up. There are several funds are coming up. But mother funds, I want a request to the SIDBI. All your mother funds, they are not looking below 25 to 30 crores. Nobody is looking below 30 crores or 25 crores. They need to look at 1 crore, 2 crores. I want even 25 lakhs. There is one girl from Meghalaya. She needs only 25 lakhs. She refused to take beyond 25 lakhs. She works in Airy Silk area. So we need small money also. So there are certain funds we are giving that. But I think those kind of funds, and especially SIDBI, look at a small quantum of money, because in processing area we have lot of startups are coming. So very good initiative, and definitely Government of India, Government of Assam is giving lot of importance for MSMEs and startups, because they are giving money to MSMEs scheme, Chief Minister's EEA scheme, right? They will give you 1 lakh grant first, and if you successfully run your company for 1 year or 6 months, they will give 1 more lakh. So that is going to be a potential startup. So there is going to be a biggest game changer. This scheme is 1,000 crores is allotted by Government of Assam. So this scheme is getting success. Once they are all in the market, there is huge opportunity for investment. And I thank the Assam government, Uday and their team, ministers of, for organizing this program. And also I thank all the panelists for coming all the way from Mumbai, Chennai, I think Hyderabad, places. I thank on behalf of the organizers, I thank all of you for keeping the session live. And I thank all of you, though it was really a great for all of you. And as Uday ji rightly told, you can come to us for mentoring or any suggestions or anything. NetFee is there, Uday is there. And you can go to the site, download the app. All the details are available. You can reach out to us through the app. Advancing Assam, Advantage Assam app. 2.0 app is there. Please download. Reach out to us. We will be supporting 24/7. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks to all our distinguished panelists for sharing their expertise and offering valuable insights into the evolving startup landscape in Assam. Ladies and gentlemen, we would now proceed with the signing of the remaining MOUs in the august presence of Honorable Minister Shri Piju Hajarika. All the MOUs will be signed between Assam startup and the parties I would be mentioning. First, I would call the representative of Guwahati Biotech Park. Guwahati Biotech Park.
So we also had a MOU with your story, Mr. Shraddha Sharma. And if any startup wants to publish their story from Northeast and especially from Assam, they please reach out to us, your story team and as well as Assam startup team, so that we can showcase your story in their platform and get access out of it. Today? Okay.
Thank you. Now I'd call upon the representative from Razor. Thank you. May we now have the representative from Girijanda University. Thank you. Can we now have the representative from CDAC Northeast?
So we are signing an MOU with CDAC, Ministry of Electronics and Computer India. And if anyone wants to
get help from any technology domain or they wanted to have some rapid prototyping facilities, SIDAC is for you at IIT Guwahati campus. And we are also planning to develop one to Assam also. And for that reason, we are signing an MOU with them.
No group photograph. Okay, there's one more MOU to be signed. I'll call the representative from Hazi Anfar Ali College.
Sir, one last.
Thank you so much. I would now request our esteemed guests on the stage to kindly step forward for a group photograph, which will preserve the memory of this event. And we have our panelists and moderator for the photograph. Would request you to kindly step forward. Thank you so much. Thank you all for your kind participation. Wish you all a very pleasant day ahead.